Hello and welcome back to Bible Wits Bible Corner. Today we're going to read out of Proverbs. We finished Acts chapter 8 last night, so we are going to take our between chapter break and we're going to read Proverbs chapter 3 verses 28 and 29, starting with the English Standard Version. Do not say to your neighbor, "Go and come again tomorrow, I will give it," when you have it with you. Do not plan evil against your neighbor who dwells trustingly beside you. All right. New Century Version. If you have what your neighbor asks for, don't say, "Come back later, I will give it to you tomorrow." Don't make plans to hurt your neighbor who lives nearby and trusts you. Okay, so there's a whole lot of phrases out there that can be said as far as how to treat each other. But one thing that I always go to is treat others the way you want to be treated. And I think this passage here goes to that. If you want to be treated with respect, treat others with respect. Treat your neighbors with respect. What does that include? Well, let's use this passage as an example. Your neighbor comes to you needing to borrow a lawnmower because either they don't have one or theirs broke down and they need to mow their lawn. Well, you know that yours is working just fine. You're not needing it at the moment. If you were in your neighbor's shoes, would you want that lawnmower or to borrow your neighbor's lawnmower as well? You gotta look at it like that. So don't mistreat your neighbor. Don't mislead your neighbor. And let's go to the second part of this passage. Don't make plans to hurt your neighbor. In other words, don't set out to purposefully, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever, don't set out to purposefully humiliate or injure your neighbor, especially if they live close to you and they trust you well enough to maybe look after their house when they're gone, things like that. Now, let's take this a step further. Who is my neighbor? Okay, I am terrible with book, chapter, and verse. I need to get better about my memory work, and I know that. But the parable of the Good Samaritan. You had three or four people walk by, and it was the Samaritan that stopped and helped the person that was injured. It was the Samaritan that put up the money to cover all of the, at the time, medical needs and even the housing needs for this person until they got better. And this person even said, if it costs more, I will bring the rest when I come back through town. So, who is your neighbor? Your neighbor is the one in whom you help, or the one that helps you. That's your neighbor. So it might not be the person literally right next door. It could be the person across town or even in another town that is either in need of help or helping you. So the best way to take this passage, and when it says to basically don't turn your neighbor away when you have what they need and don't make plans to hurt your neighbor, treat everybody around you with respect. Treat everybody around you the way you want to be treated. I need to treat everyone around me the way I want to be treated. So that's what that passage tells me. I hope you find encouragement in this, and I hope you have a wonderful, God-centered day. Bye.